Hey Sabra, welcome back to another mobile version of your father's story. So, not on a bike, nor am I walking, but today I'm just driving around. Just got done with the walk actually, and figured I'd just make a video, give it a shot while I'm driving. So anyways, what do we got for today? The question is, what was your first concert and who was playing? So this is during my adolescent years. As far as I remember, my first kind of like real concert when I wasn't with Tutu and Papa, although I don't really remember any concerts with them. I want to say it was my junior year. It was myself, Austin, well, I know Sarah Brach was there, but I don't know if she rode with us. And who else? I want to say there was one other person. I know for sure it was Austin and I. Austin and I were really big fans of this band called Limp Bizkit and Kid Rock. And this was in like 97. No, it had to have been like 98, 99, somewhere in there. Anyways, Limp Bizkit, it just came out. They had an album, and Austin and I loved them. And Kid Rock, it just came out, and we loved them. They sang, yeah, they were huge at that time. They had just started touring together. I can't remember the name of the tour, but it was like a big deal. And I think Austin is the one who got the tickets. So it was, Kid Rock was the headliner. And then Limp Bizkit, although they were both huge, so I think they were probably just co-headliners. And then this other band called Stained, who was actually getting really big at that time. And so we got tickets to go to the Salem Armory, which is like the small venue in Salem. And we went up there. First concert I've ever been to, mind you, and it was insane. It was pretty crazy. I remember that there was a bunch of pretty rowdy people there, because some of it was pretty like rowdy music. I mean, it was rock, you know, and it was a blast. I mean, it was a small venue. I remember it was like all like wood floors. There wasn't really much seating. It was like a huge mosh pit. People were like losing their minds, and I don't remember any fights happening, but it was definitely pretty aggressive. But it was one heck of a show, and I think that show, because the artists were so good, I mean, they crushed it, and they were, you know, there was so much kind of energy behind them at that point in time, because they were really just kind of coming into their peak, really. I think that actually was the peak for both of those bands, was on that tour. And they crushed it. I mean, it really, I guess, made me interested in going to see live shows as a result of that, because of just the energy. It was just like vibrating. Like everybody there had a really great time. The music was super loud, but then not, you know, it wasn't just about like the energy and the, you know, the intensity. But also, like, they were really good musicians. Like, there was a point when Kid Rock, who I didn't know who could play about every instrument, but kind of near the end of his show, he basically, like, sat down and did a solo on every instrument that was on set. And that, to me, was just, like, just mind-blowing. And so that was really amazing to see, really inspirational for sure. And it kind of, I guess, sparked an interest in at least going to live shows. You know, there's a big difference between like listening to, you know, music and connecting with artists that you really like, and maybe they resonate with you at that point in time. But there's a big difference between, you know, listening to it and then seeing it in person. And that's really, that show is kind of what kicked off my interest in seeing live music. especially with friends. You know, Austin and Sarah and I, we all had a great time. It was really cool, and I think we probably still talk about that show. That was one of the best shows that I've ever seen. Not just because it was the first, but just because of the showmanship and then, you know, the artistry. It was really cool, the fact that we got to see them too. You've probably heard of those bands. I'm sure you've heard of Kid Rock, but Limp Bizkit was massive at the time. And yeah, that was a really great show. And yeah, Austin and I, he's kind of one of my concert buddies who I go to see shows with. So it was kind of interesting how that kind of established our part of our relationship about going to see live music and live comedy. So anyways, that's a video for today. Maybe I'll make another one, maybe I won't, but that was the first concert I went to. All right, catch you later. Love you.